Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Let's Talk Stroke. You know what I said? Good morning. People I could see here from all over the world, and thank you for being here. I appreciate it. Welcome to Let's Talk Stroke. I am your host and stroke survivor, Jerry Wall. And if you're new to this channel, thank you. I started doing this show to bring awareness to stroke, TBI, aphasia, really brain injury. So please ask questions, make comments, and if you uh, want to be on the show sometime, just please reach out to me. But anyway, this morning my guest is my cousin Emily Cashel, and I'm so proud to have her on here. She's from a different country, but we'll deal with that another time. But anyway, please welcome Emily on this show. And if you, again, ask questions, make comments, and if you haven't um, seen my YouTube channel, please subscribe or hit the like button if you think that you're going to enjoy this show. But please share this show because I'm sure you can um, be inspired with Emily here. She's absolutely amazing, and I won't tell you what's going on with her, but she's going to tell us about what's going on with her. So let's bring her on, and you guys, please ask questions like I always say. Okay, this totally went wrong. So, but that's okay. Emily, nice to see you.
You too, Jerry.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's kind of crazy having a stroke and for me um, but again, thank you for being here and I appreciate you being on the show and sharing your journey that what you've gone through. Thank you. So, Emily, who is Emily? Do we people that don't know you? And yes, who is Emily? God, see if my oh, can you guys hear me? Just wanted to find out. Please let me know if you could hear me because we're having issues with our internet in this neck of the woods. So I hope you
Yeah.
can hear me. But Emily, can you hear me?
Um, so
Oh, perfect. Okay. As I mentioned, so who's Emily?
sorry, technical difficulties. Are we back?
Oh no, I hope it's not on my end because, like I
No,
mentioned
I
in the
think it's
morning,
I think
it's
it's
okay.
me.
Someone said, yeah. So we'll start from the beginning. Like, who is Emily?
Yeah. So Jerry's my cousin through my mother, and uh, so I was just telling Jerry that I actually just got the 10-year clear because, as it said in my intro, I had a seizure, which a nocturnal seizure 10 years ago when I was 24, living in Washington, D.C., and sort of starting my life after university. Um, and I felt really bad when I woke up. And so, I had just gotten my own insurance card. And so I went to the urgent care, um, and they were like, you probably, because I didn't want to go to the hospital, right, to wait in the line. I was like, it's probably fine. But they said you should go. So I went to the hospital. It was really crowded. Of course, it's an ER in Washington, and like early August. And so it was all going well until they put me in a room of my own, and I was like, you know what? I think they found something. And so they did find something. The left frontal lobe, I ended up having a tumor, and it was pretty big. It was like the size of a fig. Eventually, they found out when they took it out 13 days later. Um, and during that surgery, I had it in New York at Cornell Weill, and my surgeon was like a fighter pilot, which is what you really need to have. And so he went for like the entire thing, which is probably why I'm still here 10 years later without any recurrence. But it did create an intraoperative stroke. So when I woke up, which wasn't for a few days, I was in a coma, and everyone was taking pictures around my body in the burn unit because that's the only place they had space for me. with the attention that I needed. So my whole family, like my mom, because Jerry knows my mom, cousin as well. So my mom had my brothers and my dad stand around me in the yellow outfits for the burn victims and took like a last family photo because they didn't know if I was going to wake up from my brain surgery. I did wake up, but I was paralyzed on my whole entire right side and I couldn't speak. I could understand everything that was going on. So it was very frustrating to be sort of stuck in my body. And I wasn't, I couldn't walk. I couldn't do anything myself. And it was frustrating. And I was also in a lot of pain. I couldn't tell anyone. I had to go to the bathroom at night when I was in the hospital. Yeah. So, bedwetting happened a lot. I always had to have someone by my side because I couldn't even call the nurse's station. I couldn't speak. So that was basically 10 years ago. Now I think I speak very well. I do have moments when I have 2 children as well. So, talking to a 3.5-year-old who's like, doesn't stop talking it can be frustrating at any point in time. And it's really frustrating when you get tired. When I get tired, my aphasia becomes more apparent. And so it's sort of, he'll be talking to me at this speed and I only get like that speed.
Yeah.
And then I'll say the wrong thing, he'll correct me and I'm like, huh. But I think all in all, I told Jerry this too. I think you have to look back and see where you've come. And I did have to do a month of inpatient rehabilitation to learn how to walk again. I did speech therapy, OT, occupational therapy, physical therapy, all those things. And it took me about a year and a half to feel comfortable to speak in front of people who weren't my family. Because I couldn't speak. And if there were a lot of people, I just couldn't do it. So that brings me up to, I started an online master's program in 2020, basically when the world shut down. And it really pushed my boundaries because writing is so difficult. I still have a lot of issues with getting thoughts out. I don't tell stories very well. My husband always tells me like he tells terrible stories. It's like because I'm backwards. So basically I had to sort of take it very slow. I also have chronic fatigue, so I'd have to nap all the time and I can't look at a computer for very long because I get migraines. So, but I did finish. I did speak in the group things and I made a friend. So I would say that just my message to people is that you can feel like even at 24, what I had to go through, I had brain surgery. I was paralyzed. I couldn't speak. Then I had to go through 12 months of chemo and 6 weeks of radiation. And I'm still here.
Yeah, absolutely. Deficits now, do you because me, I walk with a limp, right? I am the same as you. Obviously, I don't want to not say obviously, but hemorrhagic stroke.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because most people, it's not that, not most people, but the right side for hemorrhagic stroke is the main for the. That's what I found out over the years is the paralyzation. So I know somebody else said there because it takes time. Like for you, what you said, for me, sometimes I take some videos and look back and say, wow, I mean, moving my fingers or just something that, you should be proud
Mhm.
of, you know, uh, of that. So now, do you have some deficits still?
Yeah. Uh, Before I was very active. I loved going. My family all grew up skiing,
Yeah.
so I would take like the train from DC to New Hampshire to my family home every weekend and go skiing. But then, I have a wonky foot. I still have a drop foot. So I tried skiing. I ran into a pole, so I don't do that anymore. Um, and
Yeah,
so
not
like it was
laughing,
very
but I
dramatic.
understand.
No, no, no. I was laughing and then crying at the same time when I ran to the pole. I was like, no.
Yeah.
Um, uh, so just very active. Like I loved swimming and skiing and sailing, but now I don't really feel comfortable by myself swimming or sailing by myself because I just don't have any balance anymore. I can't ride a bike. So everyone's like, biking with their kids in the back is like, I would never do that because it's so dangerous
Yeah.
because I have no balance. And if I don't keep up with my PT, my right side loses a lot of muscle mass.
Yeah.
I can only hold my kids on the left side because my right arm just is not strong enough. I do limp, like not noticeably, but I can notice when I'm tired, I limp more. My drop foot also has to do with that. But I'd say I came out pretty unscathed. Well, not unscathed, but stroke wise, if I keep on top of my PT and I call my 3.5-year-old my speech therapist. So if I keep up with my speech therapy and my physical therapy, it's okay.
You still do it?
Yeah, no, because um, I found a really great because it's the right side. So like normal athletics, I don't think would work. So I found wonderful gals here that they're physical therapists, but they do it with Pilates. So Pilates, the machines are able to isolate your one side.
Yes.
Um, and so I found that has been extremely helpful. And then I do I do on my own, like hand strengthening and foot, I guess, like unclenching. I don't know what to call it, but
Yeah. No, understand. Yeah. Do you have
because if you don't
like
keep it up, it completely disintegrates.
yeah, absolutely. You have to. I mean, I was told
Sorry.
years ago, 3 times a
Mm-hmm.
day, you got to keep doing it. Sometimes it's like, I don't want to do this anymore. But you have to stay to do that because I have subluxation. Do you have that where your shoulder kind of separates a little?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, no. It goes up and down, but that's okay. See, I, I I still see a ton of people, and I appreciate you guys being here, making comments, asking questions. Whoops, she I'll put her back on, and that's no big deal. No
Sorry, I
big
was just
deal.
using my Wi-Fi to my hotspot because it's just not working back here.
That's okay. That's okay. But do you have? I mean, I have to wear glasses to see the comments. Do you have any subluxation? You know what it is, where your shoulder kind of separates from from your I don't know what it's called,
Um,
but
I don't know, but I've noticed that sometimes if I'm doing like workouts with my right side,
right.
um, I can't straighten my arm.
Yeah.
Like if I have it to like clench my muscle, it doesn't straighten, and my
Right.
arm shakes. I don't know if it's,
Yeah. No,
but
understand.
yeah. So it's not so much. I mean, I don't know. I don't have big enough muscles probably to be able to like separate them. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I see Lynette, thank you for sharing this. I appreciate it very much. And um, yeah, I don't know if you've seen any comments. Thank you guys for making these comments. I appreciate it. And go through it afterwards, and you have frozen shoulder. Yeah, but then well, you've really come a long way. And you were, when you first had it was your brain injury first. Was it
Mhm.
the cancer, or was it the brain? Oh no, I knew. Yeah, it was the brain injury. You had the seizure that started it all.
Right. That's how they found it. And it was like affecting my mood. Basically, I was getting sort of erratic. And I was 24, so no one thought anything of it. Like, oh,
Well,
she's just a 24-year erratic
yeah.
person. Yeah, but like whatever. But then I had that nocturnal seizure, and I don't remember much just because it was such an aggressive seizure. And then they put this medication so I wouldn't seize again, and then the surgery came. So like 2 weeks are a bit blurry for me, but so I had this seizure, and then um, when I was having the surgery, it was an intraoperative stroke. So then it was actually kind of sweet because I think the surgeon felt bad. So he gave me a bracelet so I would remember to move my right arm.
Oh
And
wow.
since then I've been wearing bracelets on my right side, on my
Mm,
right arm, and I've just been collecting them, just so I remember to move it.
right.
Um, so he came in and was like sort of sheepish about it. And he was like, here's your bracelet. Sorry, but thank you as well.
Wow.
I'm always, but it's his, I wouldn't trade the stroke, because I think it saved my life. Because brain cancer is a weird cancer because it can't spread. So I would say like that sort of leveled out when I was dealing with the cancer treatment. Um, that was sort of a big thing, that it wouldn't go to the
Yeah.
rest of my body. But at the same time, if you leave anything in, it'll regrow, like definitely. So
Right.
I think
Right.
if you know anyone who's dealing with, find a good surgeon, double check, make sure they get the whole thing out if they can. Um, and question was, do I still have seizures? I did have seizures for a few years because after all the treatment and everything, and the stroke, I was having really, really bad migraines. So I had to stop my treatment because it wasn't the stroke or the cancer that was going to kill me. Um, it was just the seizures. So my seizures were sort of like, like, you'd go to the pinpoints, like everything would kind of fade to black, and I'd
Yes.
get like ringing in your ears and lightheaded. And then I would pass out and I'd seize. So that happened usually when I had a really bad migraine. Um, and, seizures suck because you can't drive for 6 months. And not
I
that I
know.
was driving anywhere, but yeah, exactly. And then the medication they put you on is heavy. So and I have chronic fatigue. So that would put me in like more of a fatigued state. And you can't really do anything. So after like a year and a half of not having a stroke, I asked my doctor if I could come off of the Keppra. Um,
You don't
and
take it?
no, I don't take it. But I also am very careful not to pass out, because if I pass out now, I seize.
Yeah. Oh wow. It's got to be a little nerve wracking because for me,
Yeah.
just my because I have seizures, I
Hmm.
sleep. I know people, if you don't like my little whatever it is here, I sleep with my phone just because if my wife has to get up and go somewhere early, I have to. If something happens, I've been there. I can
Yeah.
call or just hit a button, and because I've had many seizures before, and I do see Mr. Chapman here. Um, he's very proud of you.
Oh, thank you.
Absolutely. So that's my
No,
thing.
I mean, I always have my phone with me too. I even have like an Apple Watch just in case,
Yeah.
because, I do have kids now, and it's scary.
Yeah.
And I did actually pass out when I was pregnant with my second daughter. I was just like low, like, because they say the girls suck everything out. Well, she was sucking all my energy out of me. So I passed out, and I did seize a little bit, but they were nice to me and like, yeah, no, you didn't. It wasn't really. But yeah, no. So it's scary when because now I know if I'm gonna pass out, I most likely will seize, and then it's like you have to restart the whole process again. With like getting checked and being like, okay, it's been this long since. So at this point, whenever I would pass out, I'd be like, oh, did I seize? And they're like, yeah, you did.
Yeah. It's tough. I know. It's tough having a seizure. And for me, I don't know how for you when you've had, because you're on in Keppra. Well, I'm on Keppra. And I when I start feeling it come on, I stand up right away. And that usually takes care of it. But sometimes
Oh, really?
when you
I
start
would just,
talking,
yeah,
you know,
I'd have to sit down, like to try
oh,
to
do
not
you
pass
really?
out.
Okay.
Because mine was
Yeah. Okay.
basically I'd pass out and then I'd seize. So
Yeah.
I was doing it. I would like try just to like get on the ground and like get my blood sugar back up.
Wow. Wow. So do you have seizures where you can't talk? Because that's some of mine. If it comes on and I can't talk, I know it's not going to be a good one. But
I've
yeah.
never had that experience. It's mostly been like I feel like really bad, and I don't know who else has this experience, but sometimes I think you just need a good pass out,
Yeah.
and then you pass out and you feel better.
Yeah.
That's how I felt about it. So I'd be feeling really bad, and then I'd be like, you know what, I need to pass out, and then I'd pass out, and I'd feel completely better. It's like just gets it out of your system. It's like a cry, but I think that's a very personal thing.
Look who it is.
My husband.
Yeah. Awesome. Yeah, I'm proud of her too. This is awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. Obviously, yeah, that's awesome. But yeah, yeah, so no more seizures.
No, not recently. But
Nice.
my oncologist used to be Lisa DeAngelis, and she was like head of MSK. She
Right.
just recently retired. She gave me this Dr. Mellenhoff, and he's actually specializes in young adult anaplastic astrocytomas, which is what I had.
Wow.
And he has been really good about managing my symptoms, so including seizures and like all the things I have to do to maintain like equilibrium so that they don't get overwhelming. Because he's used to having like young adults who have to live their whole lives with this condition, because it's not, I don't think cancer is a death sentence anymore. And I think it depends which one you have, but I think you can really tolerate it sometimes and, have a good extension of like, because no one thought I would survive past a couple years. So he's basically been like, you have to prioritize your rest and, your PT, Pilates, whatever you want to call it,
Right.
and your nutrition. So it's not like, so he's my oncologist, but also if I'm ever feeling bad, I'll email him like, Dr. Mellenhoff, what do I do?
Yeah.
So I think it's important to find a doctor like that too, who like listens to you. And I'm also a big proponent of advocating for yourself, because that's why I didn't want to use your medication, because it made me feel so bad. So I talked to my doctor, and we worked together to come off of it together. But like any doctor, like I went to a different oncologist before I went to Memorial Sloan Kettering in New York. And basically he convinced me that he wanted me to cry in his office because I was dying, and I wouldn't do it. I was like, I'm not going to die.
He asked you that?
No, he was like trying to convince me. He would kept pushing the point that you're probably going to die from this, like da 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 da. And I was sitting there like, no,
Yeah.
no, you're not the doctor for me. And I walked out, and we found another doctor, and it was Lisa DeAngelis at MSK, and she actually reminded me of my grandmother. Patricia Burke. So like, I just felt calm with her. She was not going to take any like BS. She was very calming. So so I went with her, and, I advocated for myself, and my mom was there as
You
well,
have to.
advocating for me. You have to. And I
Yeah.
think if people tell you like whatever, they don't believe you, just go to the next doctor. Or if they're not telling you what you want to hear because you don't believe it, find a new doctor.
Yeah. No, that is so, I mean, so many people, I've heard that story about, like to me, I was already told when I in a wheelchair, the whole thing, couldn't really talk, that just get used to this life. You have
Mm-hmm.
plateaued. This is my life. That's what I kept thinking.
Yeah.
No, it's
Yeah.
not going
Yeah.
to happen. So,
Mm-hmm.
I've been told that before. So you have, like you said, advocate for yourself, and it's okay to ask for help.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Which,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
and
Because I hated like the
that's
word new normal,
yeah,
like
exactly.
the phrase new normal. This is your normal. I was like, what? This is not my new normal. I
Right,
will decide when my normal is new or when this is normal for me.
right,
And yeah, I think you have to ask for help though when you're in a position where you need help, and not
yeah.
to fight it. Because I didn't ask for help for a long time, and I
Oh
was
yeah,
just pushing it down and down and down, and I got really depressed. Um, and then I had to go get help for that. So it was like I had stroke, cancer, severe depression. It was like,
yeah,
so you just have to ask for help, and everyone's willing to support you, and make sure people around you get help, because it's challenging for caregivers to see
yeah,
their loved ones like in that position. I think whenever someone comes to me and is like, XYZ has this and I have to do this for them, I'm like, go get a therapist,
yeah. Absolutely.
because I felt so bad for my family members who had to watch me suffer through all of that. And I still do sometimes, and
Yeah,
everything taken away from their life. Like I know they don't regret it, but it's always in the back of my mind, and I
yeah.
feel bad. And like if they didn't continue to succeed in their lives, which they have, I would feel really bad.
I know. I know. I felt the same way, and I still to this day, I'm 15 years out, just over,
Mm-hmm.
and I still feel that way. But I know I don't want to say I overcame it, but
Mm-hmm.
I still feel that way. But for me, a little helps is going to like a support group. Like for me, it was
Yeah.
stroke survivor, a stroke
Mm-hmm.
support group, and I'm now to the point I talk to them, because in the
Yeah.
beginning I hid behind everyone
Mm-hmm.
because I was embarrassed that I had this.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know how you felt with all that. I felt like that, but after now, I'm the one telling things do get better. I can't
Yeah.
promise, but things do get better. So
Yeah.
I don't want to say don't listen to your doctor. Well, I really want to say that.
Yeah. No. I mean, don't listen to your doctor, but you know your body best.
Yeah,
That's my point of view. And yeah, no, and I think I'm at the same stage where like I am trying to tell people that it gets better, and that there is life after stroke and cancer and all these different types of things that happen to you.
yeah,
Um, and and anything, like I would consider anything like any disability that people can't really see, even if they can see, like, you have a stroke, so you're limping, but it's not apparent like why you're limping.
right.
I think it needs a little grace, and it is hard for the individual to like ask for help.
Yeah,
Um, so even like invisible like illnesses or chronic illnesses, I think all deserve like, you know, it does get better. You can learn to thrive. I wouldn't say thrive, but like, thrive and survive with that life.
yeah, absolutely, absolutely. It's
Mhm.
yeah. So what do you tell people, like, because you've been through more than me. I mean, the cancer
No,
itself, the stroke, the brain injury. I mean, what would you tell
yeah,
people out there that are having the lot, I just say newbies out there, or even the ones that are
yeah,
15
yeah,
years
just
out?
coming with it. Yeah, no, I would say my biggest thing is that you have to take a positive attitude, and you can't be defeatist. And I know that's hard sometimes,
Yeah,
and but you need to believe that you're going to come through it in any
yeah,
way, shape, or form. Um, I just had a friend recently, she's still going through it, but she's going through really hard time with cancer. And when she called me, she's my age, and she called me, and I was like, you know, we're going to get through this.
Yeah.
And I was like, stay positive. And she's been so positive. And, you know, and that's just sort of the way you have to do it. Even if people keep saying, oh, like, it's not looking good, like, go find someone else. You know, you still have to maintain that relationship, but just go find someone who has a different attitude or a more positive spin on the situation. And you have to look positive, and you have to believe, because I do think like the positive output that you have, you don't have to have a good day every day. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying be like so positive about everything that's happening to you. No, radiation sucks. Strokes suck. It's hard, but you have to think that you're going to come through it. Like, even when I woke up, the day I woke up, I was like, this isn't going to be full time. You know, I was like, I'm going to be able to move my leg, do all these things, move my hand, speak. And it took me a lot longer than I thought it was going to, but I'm here, and I'm talking, and I'm moving both my hands. I'm walking, you know, and I'm 10 years out, clear scans. So I think that if you have like, not necessarily always, but that's my biggest thing to people: positive mindset, therapists, and a good podcast or Audible book. Those are my 3 things.
Nice. Wow.
Yeah.
That is awesome. Wow. You're doing a great job. You're
doing
10
a lot
years
of
out.
lying down.
Yeah, that absolutely. So I forgot to ask, do you drive, or can you, or should I not mention it?
What? So you broke up.
Do you drive, or can you drive? Well, I know the internet connection is a little issuey, but that's okay. We'll get that back down here. But you guys, thank you for being here. I appreciate it. And I don't have my glasses on, so me trying to read them, I apologize as if I didn't bring up your comments, but I'll be going through them and looking at them. And thank you for your folks, or Emily's friends, for being here. And again, please subscribe to YouTube. Let's Talk Stroke. Emily will be back right here in just a second, but I know you guys, I appreciate all the support. Emily's my cousin. Not sure if you knew that, or if she is my cousin. And thank you for oh gosh, let's see. I have to bring this up here, and I hope let's see. Let's look right here. Oh, Tara, I'm sorry, I don't have my glass on, so thank you so much, and love to all you guys too. And I'll ask Stephen. Well, we'll write right here in a minute and see what M says. Oops, did I miss her? That's me. Boy, am I just messing up here.
Sorry.
No worries. Let's see. Can't see you. Let's see here. Let's see. Let me take you off and bring you back on, because I can see you, but no one else can. Oh, there you go. Hey, someone, and a lot of people. I don't have my glasses on, so you put.
Hi. Sorry.
Which? Oh no. Which? Stephen Albright here is saying, what books do you recommend? Are there any books that you recommend? Let's see here.
Oh, which books do I recommend? Well,
right here.
Yes. So I'm I call myself a professional Audible listener. So I started out on history podcasts when I was sick, and I started out with Dan Carlin, Hardcore History, which can't recommend enough. And then I recently got into The Rest is History, which is also amazing. It's 2 British guys just bantering about history. But then books, I'm a sort of a strange fantasy and sci-fi. So I've been listening to sort of stuff with, like Dune and Hyperion and all those things. But then I'll find a really good, and then an easy one into sort of the world of sci-fi is Red Rising. It's a series of books, and it's really great. Audible's great. And then there's another one that's really good that I can't think off the top of my head. I'm really bad. My affects remembering titles of books. But Red Rising is a great way to start in that world of sort of like fantasy sci-fi, and it's not like, it's completely fine. And then and then recently I've just started the book club, the Seven Sisters series, and I'm already on the last one, because it's a really great book about these ladies that were adopted, 7 different women who were adopted by like a weird old man, but he's not weird, but you would assume he's weird, for adopting like 7 different women. Well, they were babies at the time. And then it's sort of like a historical introduction of how they ended up where they were. And each book has a different sister, and it's just really good. So those are what I'm listening to right now. So.
Oh, that's awesome. There it is. Wow, this has been awesome. I appreciate it. Is there anything that you want to say that you left out, or because I know that Debbie, my sister, and both my sisters, Susan and Debbie, are watching. So I don't know if there's anything else you want to say that we forgot, that you want to mention to everybody out here watching. Is there any other?
No, I mean, my mom has like a really special, your whole family too. So it is really nice to be able to share my experience with you.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Yeah. So, but yeah, it's been great. So glad we made a connection to get you on the show. I think I asked you a long time ago too, but I know how busy you get because.
Well, I think it was like I just had the baby or something, and something was going on. I don't know, but it's just hectic. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's awesome. Well, I appreciate you being on, and man, I'm glad you get to share your journey from literally wherever you're at, right? So, yeah, I know David here saying, "Yep, you're amazing. Keep the recording. Share this with a school." Yeah,
thank you.
Yeah, it's a great point to share this with a school, because this is live on pretty much every social media platform. So it'll be there, won't go away. And if you want to say one last word, what will you say?
Well, I'm just excited to be able to share my my journey to the ether, because I think it's so important to like sort of what is it called? Like, when you buy a Starbucks for the person behind you.
Yes.
I feel like that's my like purpose sort of in life with this experience. Just because I think it's so important, if you have gone through something like this, to share it so people know they're not alone. Because I know that I felt very alone in that hospital room, being unable to speak, even though I had so many people around me and my family. But, it's just so lonely, an experience, and having, pay it forward. Thank you. So this is sort of my, I don't want to say penance, but, something like my duty.
Absolutely. I know, David. Emily's amazing. So Yeah, pay it forward. Yeah. So,
Thank
like
you.
I always said, I think in the beginning, if we can inspire one person, obviously more people, but if we can inspire one person, help,
Yeah.
like you said, you're not alone. Because I felt like you, Emily,
Mhm.
the same thing. I was alone. I
Mhm.
thought it was it. That was it. When I first mind, and all of a
Mhm.
sudden I stopped, and I felt like, oh my gosh, I
Yeah.
can't move. This is it. You know, the
Yeah.
strangest feeling I've ever
Yeah.
had in my life. So, yeah. So,
It was
again,
so weird.
Emily, thank
It
you
was
so
so
much.
weird
I
for
really
me. The
appreciate.
strangest thing was to be
Yeah,
listening to people and trying to say things and then it just not coming out.
I
That was the weirdest
and
part
if
for
it
me.
does come out, it's yeah, I
It's
remember that
probably wrong.
100%.
It's probably wrong. Yeah.
Yeah, like, and I still do the same thing. I mean, when I'm saying something, I can hear my wife says, "What? What'd you say?" I said, "Forget
No,
it."
like I'm not allowed to give directions in the car
Oh
at all
yeah,
because I mess it
that's
up.
funny.
Mess it up.
Yeah, that is funny because yeah, I mean, I know my family. You're driving. They won't get in the car with me. I mean, why? And so I had seizures.
I know. No one will
So I
drive
had a
me.
stroke. Yeah. Oh gosh. Well, it's
It's
been
been safe. Don't
great.
worry about it. Don't worry about it. Get in.
Yeah. Yeah. So true. Yeah. So, but thank you again, Ellie. We'll obviously love stay in touch with you,
Yes. Thank you.
and I'm
And
sure I'm
thank
going
you
to
everyone
calls in a
for,
little bit from. Yeah.
yeah. I'll call with Sharon.
Yeah. And again, I appreciate everybody being here and you know
Yeah.
asking questions and just making some awesome comments. So
Yeah. Thank
appreciate
you.
it. And I didn't. And thank you again for your husband making
Yeah.
comments. Appreciate
It's
it.
very nice.
So
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Well, great. Emily, have a great rest of your. I know
Yeah.
your evening, and I'll
Yep.
and our morning's just starting.
Hmm.
So.
Perfect.